Does it have to take this long?
Yeah, it has to. This thing isn't made out of butter.
It's been almost an hour. You said this would be easy.
It would be if you'd shut the hell up. Man, that money better be in there.
Craig, I told you I saw my grandfather hand it to the general this afternoon. $50,000 in cash. It's in there. Oh, my.
There must be several million.
Craig, I don't know.
Yeah? Well, I'm glad one of us does. Achoo! Hey, come on, will you? Grand theft is grand theft. Now look, the plan stays the same. You stash the money, we cool it for a few days, and then we split.
No, I think we have to be in the first flight we could get.
Forget it, Peckham. They'd have us in chains before we got to Geneva. Maybe we should go to Rio. There's no extradition. Now you're talking. Start practicing your cha-cha-cha, amigo. Chill. Chill.
Oh, that's a lie, Woody. I stopped by at 3 a.m. and you still weren't home. Put that phone down and answer
Phoebe,
me,
please,
or...
not now. Are you trying to kill me?
Don't tempt me. That phone receiver is becoming permanently attached to your face, and you have been searching through every edition of every paper in Boston.
Look, honey, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just watch Dan Rather like everybody else?
Because I'm looking for something rather specific, okay?
No, it is not okay. First you tell me that we're going to Switzerland, and then you change your mind, and now you're phoning God knows who every 5 seconds. Woodrow, I deserve an explanation.
Phoebe, will you shut up? Hello, Craig.
He's not here just now. Who is this?
General Puckram.
Woodrow! Woodrow, who is that? What is going on? You can't do this to me!
Never mind, just give me my jacket.
You get your own jacket.
Police officers, open up.
Don't let them in. I'm going out the back way.
The back way? Woody, the police, what is going on?
Open up in there, now.
Mom said you were weird.
Phoebe.
Don't you turn your back on me. What is going on here?
Phoebe, let go of me.
Ow! Oh! Oh, you creep! Wait till Mother hears about this. Ow! Ow! Oh, wait.
Okay, all right, knock it up. Okay, enough. Now, which one of you threw the heavy object out the window?
He did, and then he punched me.
Okay, we'll have to take you downtown till we get this straightened out.
That was for my night people out there who are no doubt engaged in all manner of sensual, exotic, erotic adventures.
Uncle Harry, I know it's business. I know she's a client, but do you have to tell Mrs. Metzger what her husband's been doing?
You're right about one thing, kid. It's business.
Oh, the peeking over transom spine. I'm sorry, but it's all very tawdry.
Well, it pays your salary.
Oh? When did that start?
Okay, so things have been a little slow. Look, EJ, I know you got this big thing about the Bill of Rights, but when we're talking pursuit of happiness, we're not exactly talking Preston Metzger's taste in Chinese hors d'oeuvres 3 nights a week. You got a problem with that, McGinnis?
Only one, Harry. It's the Declaration of Independence, not the Bill of Rights.
Whatever. If her old man's fooling around, he's fooling around.
Absolutely.
If she doesn't like her cards, she can throw in her hand. Oh, and speaking of tawdry, I'm not the one who's representing some jackass rich kid who punched out his girlfriend.
Harry, under the law, Woody Peckham is entitled to a defense.
And Mrs. Metzger is entitled to know that her husband's got the hots for some cute Chinese fortune cookie half his age. Look, you two just stay off my back, because what is. Mrs. Metzger, how you doing? Come on in, come on in.
If I'm interrupting...
No, not at all. You just go in and sit down. I'll be right with you. Come on, the report.
Harry, this is so sordid, is the word that comes to mind. Good luck, Harry. Show her no mercy.
Mrs. Metzger, I gotta give it to you straight.
It's bad news, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad, all right. It's very bad.
Well, that's all right, Mr. McGraw. I'm not afraid. I prepared myself.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did, because the thing is that I was hoping to have that report for you today.
You haven't gotten it?
Well, no, see, I've been up to here and work, and well, I'll have it for you next week.
Oh, Mr. McGraw, it's gotten worse. This morning, Preston told me that they needed him at the post office early. I called him and he wasn't there.
Actually, Miss Cabot, I usually don't do this sort of work. I'm McGinnis, and McGinnis is expert in tax law.
Oh, well, which McGinnis are you?
I'm not. I'm Lacey. Steve Lacey. I'm a partner. Well, I'm almost a partner. Anyway, on behalf of myself and the firm, and of course, Mr. Peckham, we really appreciate your decision not to press charges.
Well, he's lucky I'm not suing him.
Well, it certainly took you long enough.
Mr. Peckham, I'm Stephen Lacey, and I...
Honey, were there any messages on my machine? Anything at all?
Woodrow, can't you even say hello?
Hi, Mr. Peckham.
McGinnis, I would like to speak with Miss Cabot privately.
That's Lacey.
What?
Never mind, I'll sign you out.
Messages, honey, anything, even if they didn't make any sense.
Well, okay, your dentist called, and he said it's time for you to get your teeth cleaned. And, a man called, and he didn't say anything. He said, this is the general, and then he hung up.
The general?
Oh, and the Choate Alumni Association called.
Oh, boy.
Oh, now, darling, listen, I know you've been upset lately, but everything's gonna be okay.
Police brutality! What kind of country is this? Right now, you've never seen that!
Mr. Peckham, I don't think you're helping. Get him back in his cell.
Woodrow!
Gestapo fascist!
Grab him!
Gestapo!
I was right. He has totally lost his mind.
Sorry.
Hold it, officer. Name's McGraw. I'm working a case here.
Yeah, well, you're working in a tollway zone.
Well, listen, Officer Sullivan. I just happen to have an unopened bottle of Irish whiskey in the trunk.
You wouldn't be trying to bribe me now, would you?
Me? No. Do I look that dumb? No, this is strictly one Irishman to another. On the other hand, I guess it wouldn't look too good if it looked like I was trying to compromise you or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it was one Irishman to another. Have a nice day.
I know, Addison. It makes no sense to us either. Look, why don't we all meet down at the jail in an hour, and perhaps we can persuade your
Yes, maybe he should have his head examined. Medically, I mean, by a trained psychiatrist. Look, yes, perhaps it is about time. Why? Look, Addison, I'll see you in an hour, all right?
Believe me, Aunt Ellie, anyone who wants to get himself locked up, I think the Peckham bloodline's running thin.
McGinnis, I got to talk to you. In private, sonny.
McGraw, I happen to work here, and we're discussing a case which you're not involved.
He is now, Stephen.
What? But Aunt Ellie, if...
Stephen, let me handle this, all right?
Harry and Addison Peckham? Incredible.
What is it, Harry?
Look, McGinnis, I appreciate your offer of gainful employment, but I got a little problem. There's a stranger in my car.
What?
A dead stranger. Guy about 5'10" or 11, brown hair, green eyes, and a blue face.
Blue?
There's a cord around his neck, McGinnis. He was murdered.
How did he get in your car?
He climbed in the trunk. How the hell do I know?
Have you called the police?
What, and spent a day, maybe two, answering questions about some stiff I never met? Look, what I want to know is, how much trouble can I get into if I just sort of lose him?
Lose? Harry!
Hey, somebody dumps garbage in your yard, you dump it in somebody else's.
Harry, we are not talking hefty bags here. We're talking evidence tampering. You can't go around breaking laws just because they're inconvenient.
Okay, come down to homicide with me. You can carry the ball.
No, I can't. I'm busy.
Oh, you're busy and I'm not, right?
Harry, obviously, if you run into some administrative snafu, I will be glad to help.
Good, because if you want me to work on this hotshot case of yours with the kid that bopped his girlfriend...
All right, Harry. All right. You win. Are you sure you don't know the man?
Positive.
You said his face was blue. Picture it pink, Harry.
McGinnis, I told you, the guy is a complete stranger.
And no ID?
Zipped. Here, look, I'll show you. He was here, McGinnis. Dead as a dime store goldfish. Here, look at this.
Dried blood.
You got it.
Are you sure about that? Would you double check, please? Stop it. If Kowalski catches you in here, he'll have my head, not yours. What? All right. No, do not send a memo in triplicate about this request. Do me a favor. Forget this request. Sorry, Harry. I just been on edge a lot. Can't sleep at all. Irene.
Sick?
Shopping.
Oh, yeah, that's tough, Howard. Well, anyway, Howard, about missing
Harry,
person...
what was that, You know about this, don't you?
Hey, some people drink, some people pork out. Irene shops.
Clothes, jewels, rattan furniture, Persian rugs.
Yeah, it's tough. So listen, Howard.
When her credit cards all died, she started writing checks. A week ago, she took out a loan on the house.
Yeah, I know, but about missing persons.
Is that what broke up your marriage to her, Harry? The shopping?
No, I figured out how to handle that one.
You did? Harry, please.
Missing persons, Howard?
Oh, yeah. No one fitting the description you gave me has been reported missing for at least a month.
You're sure?
I'm sure. Harry, please, I am begging you.
Okay. When Irene goes on one of these shopping binges, it's because there's something missing in her life.
Yeah?
She needs to be yelled at.
I have yelled at her. I yell at her a lot, Harry.
No, not by you, Howard. By Sophie.
Her mother? That's Sophie?
Yeah, you invite the old broad over for a while. Irene gets yelled at, she feels a lot better, and you have a garage sale and get some of your money back.
You said a while. How long is a while?
Oh, at the outside, 2-3 months tops.
Colonel, the money and armaments will be there as promised. Right, you have my word on it. Yes, and plenty of time. Right. And the same to you, Colonel. Damn it, it's D-3 down there. Are you sure Hartman won't take a check?
Positive, sir. He said there's no way he'll fly another load without cash up front.
Oh, we had the money. Flag, I don't know if I'll be able to live with myself if we leave the Colonel and his people hanging out to dry. Why in hell hasn't Woodrow Peckham gotten our message?
It seems the message was missent this morning, General, but it's all been straightened out.
And now, wait a minute. You missent a body?
I'm afraid the gentleman was inadvertently put in the wrong car.
This is a bit awkward, Mr. Peckham, but as one businessman to another, I'm sure you'll understand. Well, it seems your grandson purchased a gold bracelet from us last week, and since his check for $1,400 has been returned for insufficient funds, and we've been unable to contact him. What's that? Yes, I see, but... Well, we thought perhaps you'd make good. Yeah, well, if you feel that way, I guess we'll just have to eat it. So long. Hey, you believe this? Woody Peckham has fallen off the hog, and Gramps isn't going to be there to catch him anymore. You've got that look in your eyes again.
What look?
That, what am I doing in this sleazebag business look?
Wrong, Harry. It's my I can't believe I'm getting as good as my uncle at this sleazebag business look.
Preston Metzger's cutie pie?
Miss Lynn Po Kwan. She's 22, employed as a trainee with Halder Electronics, takes home $244.37 a week. Perfect driving record, doesn't smoke, wears contact lenses, size 6 shoes.
Hey, kid. Not bad. You catch on quick.
Scary, isn't it, Harry? Wait a minute, there's more. She arrived here from Vietnam 6 months ago, and she was sponsored by none other than Preston Metzger.
Yowza, yowza. Nice job, kid.
There's nothing deep about it. Woody Peckham's on something, or he likes jail.
Can't be that simple, Stephen.
Hey, try money. He's way the other side of Tap City.
Oh, come on, Harry. With Addison Peckham for a grandfather?
It's coming up on write 'em out of the will time.
Are you sure, Harry?
Trust me, McGinnis. Oh, listen, did anybody question his bimbo?
Phoebe Cabot. Good idea.
Hey, I'll take her down to Gilhooly's. I'll soften her up with a couple of beers. Believe me, she'll spill her guts.
Harry, I'm not sure that would be the right approach with this young lady.
Why? Because she's some rich little trinket that went to Wellesley? Hey, a dame's a dame. All it takes is a little charm, a little schmoozing.
Aunt Ellie, I'm sure Harry's schedule is full. Why don't you let me run with this one?
You?
Stephen, don't you have an appointment with Gordon Haverhill at Winthrop Farmer in Austin?
I'll reschedule. I mean, this case does have some fascinating possibilities.
Yeah, one of them is the size of a bank account, and 2 and 3 is the size of...
Harry.
All right, and in the meantime, I'll see what I can work out with Tyler.
8 to 5, he offers to dismiss the charges like that.
If I present it in the right way.
No present about it. We're talking Addison Peckham's grandson here. Tyler Chase is not about to step on any $1,000 shoe.
Harry, do you realize that you have never once had anything positive to say about Tyler?
Okay. He's got great hair. Of course, if I spent $60 a month on haircuts, mine'd look great, too.
If you spent $5, it would be a major improvement.
Oh, no. Do you believe that?
It figures. And I just got spiffed up. Give me your car keys. Shouldn't drive these cheap cars.
Thank you, Harry. It's sweet of you.
Yeah, don't mention it.
I'm gonna have a little trouble getting to your spare tire.
Why? There's nothing in it.
Wrong.
Oh, my God. Who is it?
A familiar face. Only now the rest of them's blue, too.
Okay, so, who's your friend?
Lieutenant, I never saw him before in my life.
Come on, Mrs. McGinnis. Why would anybody put a stranger in the trunk of your car?
Hey, they had to put him someplace.
You just keep yourself available, gumshoe. And Miss McGinnis, you're gonna have to come down to headquarters. You can ride with me, or I
No, I'll meet you there. Is this going to take long?
You'll have to answer some questions, fill out some forms. Could take the better part
of today, maybe even tomorrow.
That's right. That's right.
Why didn't you tell him that you found the body in the car first?
He didn't ask.
What is it, Harry?
There's something screwy going on here. I mean, first the body's in my car, then... Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What? What?
This morning, I parked in your spot. That's when they did it. That's when they put the stiff in my trunk. They thought it was your trunk.
They thought that was my car?
Now, come on, McGinnis.
But why?
How the hell do I know, unless... Yeah.
Yeah, what?
In the old days, sometimes certain individuals would leave a body with a dead fish in its mouth.
Do you mean it was a warning to me?
What cases are you working on?
Cases? Harry.
Woody Peckham. The warning was for Peckham.
But he doesn't know about the body yet.
Well, maybe they'll let him know some other way. Maybe that's why he feels safer in the clink.
Oh, no, I'm supposed to be there now, meeting Woody and his grandfather.
Yeah, well, you better ride with me. Come on, I'll drop you off. Oh, just throw that stuff in the back. Oh, listen, McGinnis, these guys play very, very rough. Did you see the fingernails on the body? The guy was tortured before he was killed.
Oh, Harry.
Look, I'll wait around till you're done, and I'll drive you home.
You know, Harry, you're a very dear man.
Grandfather, I don't know what came over me. Some people told me afterwards that I started striking these policemen.
Woodrow, that is hardly an excuse. Nor is there any for such uncivilized behavior as striking a woman.
I know. Which is precisely why you and Mrs. McGinnis should stop wasting any more time in trying to get me out of here. I intend to stay right here and stand trial and take the punishment that I deserve.
Well, naturally, I'm pleased to see that you're finally willing to accept the consequences of your actions. However, I do feel...
No, Grandfather. My mind is made up.
Well, as you wish. Goodbye, Woodrow. I am sorry you won't accept my help.
You know, I ran into a friend of yours a little while ago. I didn't get his name.
Oh?
But he was around 5'11", blonde hair, around 155 pounds. Oh, and he was wearing a rather large ruby ring.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. I found him in the trunk of my car. He'd been murdered. Now, it is obvious that you were in serious trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've got to let me help you. That is what I'm here for, but I can't...
Guard!
I can't do anything.
Guard, let's go. Let's go.
Metzger, yeah, he's over there, around the side.
Thanks a lot. Hey, what do you mean? Ah! Hey, fellas, take it easy. You got the wrong guy. Hey, come on, you guys. What are you doing? Are you guys nuts? What is this, some kind of post office initiation? Okay, I'm in the club. Now, come on. I'm telling you, you got the wrong guy.
No, we don't, Charlie. Now, before I turn my friends loose on you, who are you? And why have you been following me?
My name's McGraw. I'm a private investigator, and I'm working for your wife.
Guys. Thanks. Okay, give.
Metzger, you are world-class dumb. And if I had a half a brain, I would have told your missus what you've been up to.
She doesn't know yet?
I put one and one together, and you and the Vietnamese dame, somehow it just doesn't add up to adultery. She's not your squeeze. She's your daughter.
McGraw, look. Elizabeth is not an emotionally strong woman. She hasn't been for many years. Just before I shipped out to Vietnam, she became pregnant. Our baby, a little girl, was stillborn. I went nuts. I didn't think I was coming home alive anyway. You know what it was like over there. Okay, I'm not very proud of myself. Elizabeth was unable to bear any more children. She never really recovered from the loss.
And all these years, you've been paying the freight for Lin Po Quan.
McGraw, look, I'm begging you. Please don't tell her. I'll pay you.
Hey, take it easy. Shaking people down ain't my style. And neither is busting up people's homes. You know, you're married to a pretty swell lady, pal. She cares a lot about you. And right now, with all your sneaking around, she's scared to death she's gonna lose you.
I can't tell her. She'd never forgive me.
You sure? Hey, look, it's your mess. You clean it up any way you want to. Let me tell you something, and this is from experience. Keeping secrets is not such a hot way to cement a marriage.
You are an incredible woman, Eleanor. Finding a corpse in your car trunk and then going about the rest of your day as if nothing happened. Most people would have been totally unnerved.
I considered it, Tyler, but I didn't have the time. Now, have you been able to find out anything about the victim?
Excuse me for busting in. What do you say, Tyler?
McGraw, your sartorial splendor renders me speechless.
They're still paying you by the big word, huh? Just go right ahead. Pretend I'm not even here.
Yes. The deceased was one Craig William O'Gara, age 24. Very impressive dossier for one so young. Grand theft, conspiracy, grand theft auto. Only one conviction for which he served a sentence of 10 months. His specialty would appear to be safe cracking.
You tie him into anything around here lately?
Nothing fitting his M.O. Now, on to more positive matters. I have managed to get the charges against Woodrow Peckham reduced to disorderly conduct. Bail, of course, is waived. The young man is free to go.
I'm not sure Woody wants to be out on the streets right now.
Nonsense. Nobody wants to stay in jail.
Oh, yeah? Listen, Tyler, you try to turn that kid loose, and I give you odds you'll wind up with another half a dozen banged-up cops.
Eleanor, obviously your associate here has frightened you into believing that there was some terribly melodramatic significance attached to the fact that a body was placed in your car. Well, this sort of thing happens all the time. Underworld hit. They dispose of the results any way they can.
Why didn't I think of that?
So, whatever the reason, Craig O'Gara was murdered. Presumably, it had nothing to do with a safe being opened.
Or Woody Peckham either, according to Tyler, the terrific. Cookie, coffee for me, tea for the lady.
I wish you could have seen him when I told him about the body. I thought he was going to fly to pieces.
Yeah, but not enough pieces to tell you anything that happened.
Are you sure that all these pieces fit together?
Me? The only thing I'm sure of is you don't bet maiden claimers in a stakes race. Uh-oh. What is it, somebody's birthday?
Before you howl on Ellie, just think of this as the cost of doing business.
You spent $850? For what?
Whoa!
Stephen, that has got to be the most monumentally, excruciatingly tasteless object I've ever seen.
I don't know. Doesn't look all that bad.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I'm sorry, Aunt Ellie. I finally caught up with Phoebe Cabot at the charity auction. She's on the committee, and the only way I could get her to talk to me was to
buy something.
Bidding started at $10. I figured who the hell would want it?
That I can believe.
Hey, McGinnis, I offered. And besides, I seriously doubt that broad could drink $850 worth of beer.
But at least I came away with some valuable information. A diet soda, Cookie? Thanks. You see, Woody wanted Phoebe to go away with him to Switzerland all of a sudden. She wouldn't go, which is apparently what started the fight that got him arrested in the first place.
Switzerland?
That sounds like money. Cash. And I'd be willing to bet that Craig O'Gara and Woody were both holding airline reservations.
I'll check on it. Did she say anything else? Did she mention the name Craig O'Gara?
O'Gara? No. But you were right about Woody's financial problem. He begged his grandfather for help. But according to her, he got nowhere. She said that Addison's a total tightwad except when it comes to charities.
Charity, singular. If you can call Yankees for Freedom a charity.
Isn't that one of those idiot fringe groups?
Run by a crazy right-wing ex-general. Buckram, I think his name is.
A fine patriot like General Buckram couldn't possibly.
Couldn't what?
On the other hand.
What, Stephen?
Well, Phoebe did say I was down at the jail. She told Woody somebody calling himself the General had phoned, and that's when he went berserk and started swinging at the police.
Yowza, yowza. Cookie, let me have that phone book, will you? Why? If your safe was robbed, wouldn't you report it?
Because I wouldn't want anyone to know what was in it.
You got it, McGinnis. But you wouldn't mind torturing and killing one of the guys that did it in order to find out where the stash was stashed. Excuse me, I gotta see a man about a safe.
Say, Mrs. McGinnis, you wouldn't be interested in selling that thing, would you?
Sir, it's not my fault Peckham took our warning the way he did. Besides, He can't stay in jail forever.
Now, only long enough to leave Colonel Garcia and his little band twisting slowly in the wind. All because that gutless little safecracker had to go belly up before telling us where the money is.
Listen, why not go back to Addison, Peckham? Some of our smaller contributors.
Don't you think I've tried? The well's dried up. Some nonsense about stock market reverses.
Could I help you?
Ernie Garman, Tech Guard Securities. Mr.
Flagg. We aren't in the market for a...
I'm the chief analyst, Mr. Flagg, and I'm here to do a survey as requested by Mr. Addison Peckham IV. And I can certainly see why. Oh, look at this. Non-linear phase protectors, pre-grounded heat limiters.
Wait a minute. Mr. Peckham arranged to have our security system...
Oh, it's no wonder you're in the market for a new system, sir. These devices are definitely state-of-the-art.
But they were installed only last year.
You've got, what, about 600 square feet here? I'll check out the window space later. I understand a safe was broken into recently. You wouldn't happen to know the linear voltage coming in...
Wait just a minute. Mr. Garmond, could I see your card again, please?
Oh, my God, I'm already late for a seminar I'm giving over at MIT.
Mr. Garmond.
Hey, I'll catch up with you first thing tomorrow morning.
Wait a minute. Wait!
Ledgers, records, come on, come on. Now we're talking. Ah, you must be Buckram. My name's McGraw. I came here to do a little business.
Find out what he knows, then kill him.
Sit down, friend. Don't you ever polish your shoes, McGraw?
Oh, twice a day. Hey, look, crabbing my action isn't going to do you guys a whole lot of good.
Your action?
Look, whatever scam you guys have got going, that's your business. But I'm this close to finding the dough that those commie creeps took from you.
$200,000. Contributed by people who believe in freedom.
Right, right. It's kind of interesting, though, that you never reported it to the police. Probably got something to do with where you like to spend it, huh?
No, Congress thinks it can legislate away our concern for those brave people, Mr. McGraw. But fortunately, there are a few of us that are willing to go that extra mile to show them that real Americans haven't forgotten.
Right, that's great. But let's get back to business. Now, you and I both know that Woody Peckham is the only guy who can tell you where the boodle is. Only Woody's in jail where you can't get to him. But I can. So, let's start talking bucks, huh?
I'm not here as your attorney, Woodrow, but rather because Mr. McGraw needs to speak to you on a matter of considerable urgency.
Damn straight, kid.
And for ethical reasons, I don't feel that I should be a party to this. So I'll be leaving.
Wait, Mrs. McGinnis.
Take it easy. I'll lay it out for you. You know that hole that you and Craig O'Gara dug for yourselves?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you better get a handle on it real quick. Because for a limited time only, I'm authorized to buy you out of this while your arms and legs are still attached to your body. Captain USA and his stooge are willing to settle for 2/3. Now, you can leave the country with your end. If you want a deal, I'm your middleman.
Middleman? You mean money?
We're not talking buffalo chips, kid. Half of your end. That's what I get.
Well, then you'd be getting $500,000. No way, McGraw.
Listen, kid, I want to spell it out for you. If I walk out that door without a deal, you're going to be watching the Harvard rowing team from the bottom of the Charles River.
Place your hands where I can see them, McGraw.
The old double cross, huh, General? I knew I should have never trusted you.
I don't do business with scum like you, McGraw.
$3 million's a lot of money, huh, Buckram? No wonder you never told the police about it. It wouldn't do to have those patsies that gave it to you find out that most of it was going in your pocket and how little of it was going to those poor saps in the jungle.
I realized years ago that no matter how much money you throw at those people, you'd never make soldiers out of them.
Yeah, I hear they're real bad about keeping their shoes shined. Drop your weapon, General.
How could you? All those people contributing their money. Those brave men believing in you. Counting on you.
Well, listen, this is just between you guys. Why don't I just take 50,000
Shut
out?
up, McGraw. My God, sir. How long has it been? I followed wherever you led. Africa, Cambodia, the Congo, Nam.
Were you in Nam? Did you know a guy named Metzger?
What?
What were you guys waiting for? The Celtics game to be over?
Incredible. Buckram, a thief?
Nearly $11 million over the last 3 years.
It's not so bad, kid. You can still believe in tax shelters.
I don't understand, Harry. You knew the general was going to follow you to the warehouse?
Does Bird hit jump shots? Hey, I didn't want the cops around screwing things up and scaring them off, so I stuck a beeper on my car and let them track me. It was all according to plan.
Including Flag's sudden appearance?
Well, yeah, I kind of had that figured.
I hope Addison Peckham is suitably grateful you got Woody off on probation.
We can pay the electric bill.
Terrific. I'm going to take that to mean I can pay my electric bill, too.
We can still make it if we hurry.
Make what?
Make what? The lecture on pre-Raphaelite political thought. You said you'd take me.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, EJ. I've got a small problem.
What small problem?
I promised I'd take Phoebe Cabot to dinner at the Gloucester House.
Oh, nice.
It's strictly business. Her father's a
Yeah,
director
really,
of several
I
large
couldn't care
pension funds.
less.
Well, so I'll be done by 11:30 tops. What say I come over to your house with a quart of Rocky Road?
What do I look like? Dessert? Night, Ellie? Uncle Harry? Dirt bag?
Well, then how about pralines and cream? Oh, it is his business? Is that such a difficult concept? Jane, wait. Oh, come on, will you? Look, I'm sorry, that was really rude.
Right.
No, it was downright inexcusable.
Right again.
I was boorish and crass.
Steve, I'm agreeing with you. And could you please remove your hand from the door? People can't wait to get out of this building. Like me!
Listen to me, will you? Look, I'm a first-class jerk. I forgot, I'm sorry. But I really, truly want to take you to this lecture. If I didn't, I wouldn't have said yes in the first place.
What about Phoebe Cabot?
Let her find her own lecture. So after the lecture, what it's gonna be? Pasta, chicken, ribs, anything, I'm buying.
Dutch.
Okay, Dutch.
Phoebe will be heartbroken.
Well, she'll survive somehow. Besides, her father's out of town for a couple of weeks.
Well, how about you, McGinnis? You open for some corned beef and cabbage?
Sorry, Harry, I'm booked.
Right. Yeah, well, good night, McGinnis.
Good night, Harry.
Good evening, Mr. McGraw.
Oh, Mrs. Metzger, listen, I'm sorry I never got around to your case, and I wouldn't want to hang you up, so I'll get the money back to you in a couple of days.
Mr. McGraw, my husband told me everything.
Oh, yeah?
I've met my new daughter. Next to marrying Preston, it's the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me. She's lovely and so much like him. Thank you.
Oh.
On second thought, that corned beef and cabbage sounds awfully good.
Oh, yeah? How good?
I cancel my date. But please, Harry, not Gilhooly's.
Oh, no. We're going to go first cabin all the way. We'll go over to Dorchester, the Blarney Stone. And if we hurry, we can still make the sundown special.